Good morning, sunshines. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my gosh, Cal, are you busy? Do you not know English right now? Perhaps that's true. We're going to be talking about 9 different steps to surviving the busy with a smile. Coming from a mom who has a senior in high school who's graduating today, I have a preschooler who's about to graduate. And just if you've had a child graduate, you know what the craziness is like. In fact, if you're a parent, you know what the craziness is like. But if you do life, you most likely know what craziness is like. So you don't have to have a kid to be graduating for this to make sense. It can be during any portion of your life. I really am going to walk you through 8, 9 different steps to coping with surviving, handling, thriving through the busyness and actually still enjoying it. Do you guys ever notice how we get so caught up in the busy that all of a sudden it's over and we're like, where did it go? And you're wondering, did I really even enjoy my time? Right. So let me just kind of take you into my world first because that's what we do. But say something you're grateful for as you guys jump on. Start off with that. What are you grateful for on this beautiful day? I am so grateful that my child is graduating from high school. We can go into that later. I don't need to get on that anymore. Good morning. Okay, so like I said, today I have my senior in high school. He's graduating, right? And not only do we have his graduation ceremony, but it's a graduation ceremony at night. Who does that? Did any of you guys have a graduation ceremony at night? I literally have not, I haven't heard of another graduation ceremony at night. And I don't know like a million graduates, but it seems it's odd. It's like different because usually you're graduating in the day and you're taking pictures outside and it's sunny and blah, 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 blah. Not for us. It's at 7 p.m. And bonus is that there's 2 graduations beforehand. So you're not exactly sure what any of it's going to be like going in and out of side of the Coliseum and all the traffic and all the things. That's going to be great. Double bonus is that I have 2 small children in addition, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. When graduation starts at 7, it's really going to start at 7:30, which means it's probably going to end at 10 or 10:30. When you have a child that's 3 and 5, they don't go to bed at 11 at night. Most maybe that's an assumption, you guys. Maybe yours did. Our kids never have. That's going to be way beyond their bedtime. That's interesting. Bonus. Just interesting things that are going on is that my son has a rare disease, my baby, where the nighttime routine is very particular and very important because he has to have certain things like specific medications, chocolates, water, ice water, certain cups. It's like this thing with drinking because he can't stop peeing. Anyways, there's a lot that I have to have on point for the evenings. And we're going to be in a packed Coliseum with these babies. It's going to be amazing, right? So this is just a glimpse in at the what is my busy life like. And then there's planning for all the pictures because today all of my son's friends are going to come over because now we can't take pictures at the Coliseum outside because you can't get there early because there's no parking because there's a graduation before, and you can't take them after because it's 10 at night and it's dark, which isn't going to make for a good picture. So everybody's coming over to the house. We're doing dinner for everybody, and then we're going to all haul over, see what happens with the event. It's going to be insane. And then we're going to take my son and his friends on a camping trip because that's just what you do. So we're like planning and packing and everything for that. And the moment we get home that evening, my preschooler is going to be graduating from preschool. So we're prepping for that as well. And then you just go right into the graduation party and all of the things, as if the graduation party wasn't already like enough busyness or stress for a person. That's my world. I just wanted to share it because I wanted to give you an example of how you can lay out busyness and discover and create your own enjoyment through the process. Because do I feel slightly overwhelmed? I mean, slightly, but honestly, I'm following this list. So I'm sitting here doing a live video when you think I would be preparing for all these things, but here I am. So must not be that bad, right? And I hope that this list supports you in anything that you're facing with busyness. Now, before that, I want to let you know one of my first books that I did, and one of my first development books was called Eat That Frog. Have any of you guys read that? Eat That Frog by Brian, and now I'm not going to remember it. Brian, somebody. And the reason why I read that book first is because I had so much going on at one time. I had so many ideas, so many things to do, and I couldn't figure out how to make it all happen. So I was getting really nothing done, and I was pretty frustrated with the process. And this book helps you categorize, prioritize, ditch some different things, and get things done. So it very much so reminds me of this. If this conversation is helpful for you, grab that book and it can help extend beyond that. Okay, number 1, what do you do when you're entering the busy season. First off, you guys give gratitude for whatever the busyness is around. Whatever busyness is coming up, figure out how you can say thank you for those different events. And in mine, it's very easy, right? I mean, I'm so grateful that my biggest baby boy is graduating from high school. And I'm so grateful that we get to spend some time with him on a camping trip. And I'm so grateful that Cubinator is graduating from preschool and he gets to move to his big school. And tie yourself to the gratitude of the situation of whatever you're busy in. And if you're like, yeah, but mine's not cool, big things like that. Mine's, I'm so busy at work. I'm so grateful that I have this job that brings us an income. I'm so grateful that I work with wonderful coworkers. So think about the things around your busyness that makes your heart happy. And if you have to dive deep into the little things, then do that. That's number one. Number two, for conquering your busyness, right? Surviving through your business is dump out your list. I did this last night and I probably could have done it maybe weeks ago, but like this is kind of just where I started to think, okay, like what do I have left on my list? So I love to use notes on my phone, and there's like the little bubbles that you can actually check off, and just do a list dump of everything that you feel like you need to get done, whatever in the next couple weeks. And it has to do with all the different things. Just get it out of your brain and onto paper, because that will relieve some of the stress and it will help support you during the forgetful times. Okay, after you do that and you have your list, number 3 is going through and prioritizing it, categorizing it if you need to. I categorized it and I like put graduation next to all the ones that were for graduation, preschool graduation next to that, camping next to those things, grad party next to that, miscellaneous next to that. So I just put like little things, and then I put a star next to the things that were utmost important, mostly like for what's today. What do the next 24 hours bring? Put a star by those things. What's the next one, right? So categorizing based off of time and need. Now, this sounds overwhelming to some people because you're like, oh my gosh, it's going to take me so long. Literally, it took me 7 minutes last night. I was like, you know what? Grab out my notes, just real quick, boom, 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 put everything down. Okay. You can create an excuse as to not get something done because you think it's going to be a certain way, but it's not. It's not going to be that hard. And it's going to be better to get something out than nothing out. So that's your number 3 and 4. Prioritize. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Prioritize is just number 3. Okay. We're on number 4. Delegate and share. I love doing the notes on my phone because then I shared the note with John. You could share it with whomever and said, here's our list. We need to divide and conquer some of these different things. And with whomever your people are, if you're able to delegate and share, if this is a family activity, if you need to call in for help, if you need coworkers in on a project, is having that piece. What can you do so that you can, okay, I know that this person's going to get it done. Please check it off the list when it's done so you can know that it's actually done. That can be supportive. And that way you're both going through and seeing the things get checked off the list. Oh, just remembered what I needed. Okay, we're going to add a 5.2. Wait. So I need to add this to my list is last grad invites. Write it out as soon as you remember it. Like something comes into your head, if you have your phone, wherever you're at, usually you do, just pop it in your phone real quick and write it in there. Okay, yeah, I need to put out, I have like 6 grad invites that I didn't send out because I was going to personally do them and I didn't, whatever, just grab some stamps and do it. Okay, cool. So number 4, delegate and share. Number 5 is avoid procrastination. It's amazing to me how many people thrive on procrastination. And I know that you might say that, like, but no, I can get really a lot of stuff done if I just wait until the last minute. That may be true, but are you really enjoying it when you're waiting into the last minute? And there are people out there, they're like, yeah, they're super chill. They're not stressed at all. They wait until, 5 hours before, and then they hammer through everything and then they enjoy the event. If that's you, skip this one of not procrastinating. Most of us don't work like that. If we're not doing it, somewhere in the back of our mind, our subconscious, or perhaps our conscious, we are thinking about how we're not getting things done and we're worried about it on some level, or it's at least consuming part of our attention, and we're not fully present where we are because we know that we need to finish the graduation announcement, send the other things out, do the Costco shopping trip, and we're playing with this list in our back of our minds instead of putting it out there. So with the procrastination piece, let's say that you have a project coming up at work that's going to be complete in mid-June. What can you lay out? What list can you create now? And what can you prepare at this time so that you're more ready then? Like, I cleaned up and got ready for camping stuff 5 days ago. We don't go camping for a little bit. So it's like I'm over a week ahead in that. Yesterday I started decorating our space for the graduation party that's June 2nd because it's things I can get done now. I don't have to wait until the day before to do it. So looking at what can you get done now in your spare pockets of time that's going to alleviate pressure later on so that you can start checking some things off. This is probably why I don't feel that stress. I'm like, well, yeah, that's because you're already almost ready for the next event. You're already ready for today, ready for the next event, preparing for this one, and you've already got a lot done for that one, if that makes sense. Like I'm working so far ahead that it feels good and I can be present in the little moments instead of being consumed with my mind. Okay, that's number 5. I'm bad at numbers today. Whatever, guys. I'll write these out in the thing, and you'll have them all there, and you can just read them. It'll be great. Number 6, as you're doing each chore, each item, each thing, you're checking things off of your busy list. Make sure you're giving gratitude for the things that you're doing, for the ability to do those things. I'm so grateful that someone lent us a camper that I get to clean it. And that is so incredible. We use your tent camping. So as I'm cleaning, I'm just like, yes, this is absolutely amazing. I'm so grateful that I get to go to Costco today and pick up pizzas for everybody who's going to come over for picks and pizza before the graduation party. I'm so grateful. And I'm so grateful that Costco has $10 pizzas. Who does that? Their pizza's huge, you guys. It serves so many and it's good. And it's only $10. I can get 7 pizzas for the price of 2 if I go to Anthony's. No hate on Anthony's. Love that too. But like, I am grateful for it. And diving into each one of those things as you're completing a task or a chore. I'm so grateful that I have a bathroom that I get to clean and organize and pick up before all my guests come over because they have somewhere to pee. They don't have to go outside. This is so cool. Look at me clean my bathroom before our graduation. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's the truth. Looking at each little item and enjoying it as you're going through and you're checking off the list. And how freaking blessed are you that you have X, Y, or Z in order to have to do that item, let alone the end result of what you're going after, which will come up here in a second. Okay, so the number 7, as you're going into whatever like for me, it's very event orchestrated, right? Because I feel like we have 4 major events coming up right here, but it could be a project. It could just be your day today. Visualize it going smoothly. And I know, like, I am prepped, like, prepare for the worst, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's probably what I should have said. I am prepped for tonight to be somewhat of a shit show. I've got the wagon. I've got an idea of how I'm going to try to get medication into the convention center or the CU event center, but I don't really know if they're going to let it in as medication or as chocolates because this is my first time going out with a special needs like child with different rules and exceptions. So I've got like all this different stuff. I've got headphones for the kids and tablets, and I'm going to have snacks, although we're not going to be able to bring them in, but that's okay. I can bring them back to the car. I've got toys. I've got everything ready. And I know that it might be a little bit nuts, okay? But at the same time, I'm going to visualize the event going so smoothly. Like we get the right parking spot. We talk to the right person who's like, yes, of course you can bring in chocolates for your child who's got a rare disease and his ice water that he absolutely needs. And of course you can do this and this. And the kids are going to have so much fun. And maybe my son will even take a nap today earlier and they're going to be so great. And it's going to be the most wonderful occasion. Visualize, picture it going very smoothly because you can help to attract that. And it'll help calm you down as you do. Instead of thinking about what could go wrong, think about what could go right. Okay, that's number 7. Number 8, remember that imperfect is interesting. We've talked a lot about imperfect versus perfect and how perfect really isn't a thing. But remember that imperfect is interesting. So if tonight doesn't go according to plan, if I get to Costco and they don't have my pizza order, if we're things totally switch up for my son's camping things, which is a possibility, if whatever, if something doesn't go exactly as I saw it, imperfect is interesting. Step back, laugh at the situation. Isn't this going to make for a great story someday? Don't get stressed about not even being present at the event because you're trying to have it go so smoothly that you're not there. And then you miss out on all the interesting, cool things that do happen. It's going to be okay. Whatever happens. It's going to be okay. However it turns out, guess what? You're going to make it through it. Okay. That's number 8. And the final one, number 9, is be the example in this. And this is just a bonus because I think one of the next things that I really want to start doing with my advocating and my talking and my sharing and my speaking is making sure that I am supporting you all in becoming an agent of change by being the example for the things that we're talking about. So when I say that, I mean, share these different things with your family afterwards. Share with them about the gratitude, or when things don't go right, be like, you know what, it's cool because imperfect is interesting. Let's just roll with it. Let's just enjoy it. When they're like starting to get super stressed about everything, like let's do a list real quick. Let's look at where we're at. Who can we delegate some things to? And even to the people around you, maybe it's not your family, but they're like, oh my gosh, this graduation was the worst. I can't believe that they're late and they did this, this, and this. Being the light, like, you know, it's cool. Imperfect is interesting. Let's just sit back and have a good time. This will be a great story down the road, and help be that type of energy to show up for everybody else who's around you. Okay. Um, that is our 9 steps to moving through a busy situation with a smile. And I need to go move through a busy situation with a smile right now. We have been together for 16 minutes, and it's time for me to go do some graduation stuff, get ready for today, for tomorrow, and the next day, and next week, and next month. I cannot wait. I miss you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you for spending this time with me. As we step away, taking action from our conversation is always key for you to move forward. So I would say from this, think about one thing where you're feeling stress and busyness. Take those 9 different items and see if it supports you to go through. Do your gratitude, dump your list, prioritize the things on it. I'll write the full list down here since I messed up my numbers, but make sure that you're looking at that and see if it can support you in the situation. Do not forget that perspective reveals miracles, and each event is a blessing and a miracle for you as well. All right. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.